We have the interpreter on the line.
Yes, Your Honor.
Maybe you should just say something so I know you're there.
Okay.
Sorry. And what matters are you here on today?
Just for number one, Your Honor.
Just for number one. Okay, do you mind if we take the interpreter matter
No,
first?
That's fine.
And Ms. Gaunt, pronounce your last name for me. Is it Gant or Gaunt?
It's Gaunt.
Gaunt, okay. Thank you. All right, we are going to, good afternoon. My name is Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and this is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 31st, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Persons are reminded that I'm sorry, go ahead, interpreter.
Bien, buenas tardes. Yo soy la comisionada Elizabeth Campbell y este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial de las 2 de la tarde para el día 31 de marzo del 2025. Las órdenes judiciales para la toma de huellas dactilares y muestras de ADN que se emitieron en el primer calendario de este mes van a aplicar a todas las audiencias del día de hoy.
Thank you. Persons are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that anything they say can be used against them.
Se les recuerda que tienen el derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que digan puede ser utilizada en su contra.
Most of you are qualified for a court-appointed attorney.
La mayoría de ustedes reúnen los requisitos para recibir a un abogado nombrado por el tribunal.
If you are not appointed an attorney, or even if you are, you may retain an attorney at your own expense.
Si no se nombra un abogado para representarle, o aún si sí se nombra, pero usted desea contratar a un abogado para que le represente, lo puede hacer.
At the conclusion of your matter, you will be provided with paperwork detailing my orders in your case.
Al concluir su causa, estaremos entregándole un papeleo que detalla las órdenes para su caso.
Thank you. And we are going to start with Martin, Gasper, Sebastian, please.
Iniciamos con Martín, Gaspar, Sebastián, por favor.
And then if Tevin, Novak, Alston could have a seat by the door. Mr. Sebastian, will you please state your name for the record?
Señor Sebastián, ¿nos dice su nombre para que conste en actas?
Martín Gaspar Sebastián.
And Mr. Sebastian, what is your date of birth?
Y señor Sebastián, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
Es 27 de enero 1995.
It is January 27th, 1995.
Thank you. And Mr. Sebastian, you are here on charges arising on a new arrest on March 30th, 2025.
Se lo agradezco. Ahora, señor Sebastián, usted se encuentra aquí debido a las imputaciones que surgen de una nueva detención que ocurrió el día 30 de marzo del 2025.
Sí.
Yes.
The first violation is aggravated DUI, a class 6 felony.
La primera infracción es de conducir bajo los efectos con agravantes. Esto es un delito de clase 6.
And possession of an open liquor container in the car, a class 2 misdemeanor.
Y la tenencia de un envase de licor abierto dentro del auto, esto es una falta de clase 2.
I did find probable cause for both violations.
Determiné que existe motivo fundado de procesamiento para ambas imputaciones.
I am appointing you an attorney.
Voy a nombrarle a un abogado.
Sí.
And setting 2 hearings in your case.
Y voy a programar 2 audiencias para su caso.
Okay.
The first is on April 7th at 8:30.
La primera va a ser el 7 de abril a las 8:30.
A las 8:30.
And the
8:30.
second one is on April 9th at 8:30.
La segunda es el 9 de abril a las 8:30.
Ok, el 9 de abril. Y la primera, me pueden apuntar, ¿no? Para no olvidar.
Right, April 9th, and the first one, would you be able to write it down for me so that I don't forget?
It will be in your paperwork, sir.
Va a aparecer en el papeleo que le vamos a dar, señor.
Ok, está bien.
Yeah,
Both
that's fine.
hearings will be in the Superior Court downtown.
Ambas audiencias van a ser en el Tribunal Superior en Downtown.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $2,500.
Voy a fijar una caución real para su caso. Será una fianza de $2,500.
Ok.
Right. In the event that you're able to post that bond and secure your release,
En caso de que usted pueda depositar esa fianza para poder ser puesto en libertad.
Ahorita, es que no tengo el número de teléfono de mi familiar, ahí está todo en el teléfono, lo que agarró lo oficial.
The thing is, I don't have
No.
my family's phone numbers to be able to reach out to them. It's in the phone that the officer took.
okay. So you're going to have to talk to the detention officer about how to get in touch with a bonds person.
Bien, usted va a tener que hablar con uno de los agentes de detención para preguntarles cómo se puede poner en contacto usted con una persona que tenga empresa de fianzas.
In the event that you are able to post that bond, you may not possess or any drugs without a valid prescription, consume any alcohol, or drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
En caso de que usted pueda depositar esa fianza, no puede estar en tenencia de ninguna droga sin receta vigente y no puede consumir alcohol ni puede usted conducir el vehículo motorizado sin una licencia de conducir vigente.
No tengo eso.
No, I don't have that.
Licencia no.
Okay.
Don't have
So,
a license.
Mr. Sebastian, if you'll step to the left, the officer will have your paperwork for you.
Pasa a su izquierda, señor Sebastián. La gente le entrega los papeles.
Está bueno.
And Mr. Interpreter, can you, thank you, sir. Mr. Interpreter, could you inquire as the gallery as to whether or not anyone else requires the interpretation services today?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. ¿Se encuentra alguien más en la sala que requiera asistencia de un intérprete de español? Si puede levantar la mano si hay alguien que necesita un intérprete.
No hands, Your Honor. Thank you, officer. All right, with that, thank you very much, Mr. Interpreter.
My pleasure, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
Thank you. The next matter is Tavan Novak Alston, and then if Stephanie Ramirez would have a seat by the door, please. Mr. Novak Alston, will you please state your name for the record?
Tavan Novak Alston.
And Mr. Novak Alston, what is your date of birth?
6/25/1994.
Thank you. I do see Ms. Gaunt here, and I know you are wanting to speak on this case. Do you want to speak before I make a probable cause finding, or what point would you like to speak?
If I could do my appearance first, Your Honor, Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state, and then if the court wants to do probable cause first, and then I'll just address release conditions.
Okay. All right. Mr. Novak Alston, you are here today following an arrest for the following charges: aggravated assault, serious physical injury, a Class 3 felony; aggravated assault, impeding breathing, a Class 4 felony; unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony; criminal trespass, first degree, Class 6 felony; aggravated assault, entering a residence, a Class 6 felony; threatening, intimidating with damage to property, a Class 1 misdemeanor; assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor; disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor; preventing or interfering with access to a phone during an emergency, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney today, and I am setting 2 hearings in your case. The first on April 7th at 8:30 in the morning, and then the second one on April 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Both of those will be downtown. Ms. Gaunt, you wanted to be heard on release conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $50,000 secured appearance bond, and if Mr. Novak Alston is able to post that, we'd ask for electronic monitoring. This is based on the domestic violence nature of the offense, the lethality associated with domestic violence strangulation. The victim was allegedly strangled until she lost consciousness and she required hospitalization. He allegedly threatened to kill her as well as the small children that were present during the offense. The state believes that he's a significant danger to the victim. Additionally, the state would make a motion to have the court seal the Form 4 because it contains personally identifiable information regarding the juvenile victims.
All right. Mr. Novak, you do have the right to remain silent, and I don't want to hear anything about the substance of your case. Would you like to be heard about release conditions, if any?
Yes, Your Honor. I've never been in trouble before. These accusations are not true, but I've never been in trouble before. I have my own place. I own my own business. I'm a football coach, so I'm missing work. I missed work today. I got football practice tomorrow. I train kids. Like, I'm a good person in society. You can see I've never been in trouble before at all. Like, this is my first time ever being in front of a judge, having to deal with this type of stuff. So maybe if I could just get set on my own release conditions and maybe do the ankle monitor without the $50,000.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Novak Alston. State, I am granting the motion to seal the Form 4. Also, I recognize that these are Mr. Novak Alston's first felony charges. However, it's a very serious incident for which I have found probable cause. And in view of the nature of the incident, I am going to set a secured appearance bond as recommended by the state in the amount of $50,000. In the event that Mr. Novak Austin is able to post that bond, I will also be requiring electronic monitoring and ankle monitor to be placed before Mr. Novak Austin could be released. In the event that Mr. Novak Austin is to be released, you are not to have any contact with the victim or victims or witnesses. You are not to possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, and in the event, and continue to provide the court with proof of your local address. If you want to go ahead, step to the left.
Can I ask one question? So we share a son, and so in the documents is the girls. I understand that. I can get that. Like the mother of my child and the girls, I can understand that. But my son, like he wants to be with me every day. Like this is something again where he's probably hurt right now because he's wondering where his dad's at.
Okay,
I was just wondering about him. Like anything else, I will abide by it, but just my son.
All right. So right now, you are not to have contact with any witnesses, which would be the children in the home. At the time, which I believe would have included your son. You do have upcoming hearings. You can talk to the judge about this, but right now, I'm ordering no contact with children, with your biological children as well. Okay. Hold on.
And so how would I do with the bond?
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
And the way I am wording that is no contact with the defendant's biological children that were in the residence at the time of the incident until further order of the court. And as to any modification, Ms. Gaunt, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And as to any modification on that term, you're going to need to talk to the judge at your next hearing on that, okay? So if you want to go ahead, step to the left, hold on, and I need to re-sign that and print it again.
So when I'm going to make a bond, I'll just talk to somebody out there?
Yeah, there's one.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. Thank you very much, Ms. Gaunt. All right, so we could please have Stephanie Ramirez. And then if Marcus Bull will please have a seat by the door. Ms. Ramirez, will you please state your name for the record?
Stephanie Ramirez,
And Ms. Ramirez, what is your date of birth?
November 8, 2005.
All right, and you are here, Ms. Ramirez, on charges following a new arrest on March 30th, and those charges are aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony, assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am finding probable cause for all of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting Hearings in your case, the first one on April 7th and the second one on April 9th, both at 8:30, both in the Maricopa County Superior Court downtown. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $7,500. In the event that you are able to post that bond, I am requiring, and secure your release, I am requiring that you be released on an ankle monitor. You are to have no contact with the victim. In the event that you and the victim share a residence, you may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. If you presently reside with the alleged victim, you must find an alternative residence. One civil standby with law enforcement is permitted to collect your essential belongings. So go ahead, step to the left, and get your paperwork. And we're going to have Marcus Bull next, and then give me just a second. All right, Mr. Bull, let's see, you are here because we're picked up on a warrant based upon a warrant out of Texas. Because this is an out-of-state warrant, you should have been given a laminated white paper sheet. Did you get that?
I did.
Okay, so
I've been up for over 24 hours here, so I was trying to understand it.
that's okay. It's a lot to take in. So, Mr. Bull, can you please state your name and your date of birth?
Marcus Paul Bull, 5/17/82.
All right. And as I mentioned, you are here on a warrant out of Texas. And Texas wants you back on that. Hold on. Before the court, you were given paperwork to review on a laminated card. Did you read that?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay. As I stated, you have a warrant from the state of Texas. You have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days. Or you can demand an extradition hearing and that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are sent back to the state of Texas. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in Maricopa County for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for the requesting state to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you do not have any criminal charges pending against you in the state of Arizona. If you do have charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. If you choose to have an extradition hearing, I will set your hearing for April 14th at 1:30 in the Maricopa County Superior Court downtown. I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you would have the right to hire a lawyer at your expense if you choose. You are entitled to bail, which in this case would be in the amount of a $10,000 secured appearance bond.
I have, I've been working the past 6 months to get rid of these DUIs and other stuff here, and then I was gonna go take care of other stuff.
Okay.
But I'm on 4 days mandatory DUI time right now, and then 24 days on an ankle monitor, alcohol monitor.
Okay.
Which monitors where I'm at. I don't know if you can drop the bond down a little bit, because they know where I'm at.
Okay.
I've paid a lot of bonds and stayed with all these and.
Okay, so it does sound like to me like you have criminal matters going on in Arizona, and the 30-day period would not start until all your criminal charges are resolved. Your Arizona criminal charges are resolved.
Yeah, I'm on probation and done another year and a half, and then I've done all these MAD classes, DUI classes, lots of lots of work. I just don't want to get disrupted, taken away, and now I got to violate everything.
Okay, so it does sound like you're chipping away at getting your matters taken care of. So you do have the right to waive your extradition hearing in view of all this, but that you can choose to waive it at or after, well, at least at your extradition hearing, which has been set for April 14th at 1:30. So right now, I'm going to leave that hearing set for April 14th at 1:30. In the event that you can post that $10,000 secured appearance bond, you would be able to secure your release at least from this facility, okay?
Okay, well, I can't pay it, so I'm going to violate the order of the other court. It's the ankle monitor.
You can let detention officers know about that situation, okay? But this is a separate matter, and the stuff that needs to happen in this matter is separate from the stuff that needs to happen in that matter.
So if I waive it, they'll take me right now, and that violates all the other stuff?
You would have to resolve your Arizona criminal charges, and it sounds like you have some Arizona. I don't have access to that.
I have 3 more days left in here, and then I got 24 days on ankle monitor, and then.
Okay. I can't provide you with legal advice. You are able to retain an attorney. If you do waive that extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable here in Arizona until Texas comes for you, and they have 30 days to do so.
So either way, it's going to be 30 days. I'm going to be in here because I can't bond out.
So in view of your uncertainties, I'm going to leave the extradition hearing set for April 14th at 1:30, and you will be able to talk to a judge at that point. And I am setting the secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. Sir, if you'll go ahead, step to your left. Thank you. Okay. All right. Rosemary Page. And then Ariana Caro, please. Hold on just a second. All right, Ms. Page, can you please state your name for the record?
Rosemary Page,
And Ms. Page, what is your date of birth?
10/2/1996.
Okay. And Ms. Page, you are here on a new arrest on March 30th for aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, and resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both and have appointed you an attorney. I am setting 2 court dates in your matter, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9 at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $10,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, no drugs, no alcohol, no drugs, no alcohol, hold on, and no driving without a valid license. And I'm going to make one change to that order, sorry. All right, Ms. Page, if you go ahead, step to the left. Ariana Cairo, please. And Ms. Cairo, please state your name for the record.
Ariana Caro.
And Ms. Caro, what is your date of birth?
February 18, 2000.
All right, and Ms. Caro, you are here on charges following an arrest on March 30th of 25, aggravated assault on a first responder, a Class 4 felony, and resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. And I am finding probable cause for both of those. And appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings in your case. The first one on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $5,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, you are not to have any contact with any co-defendants. No drugs, no alcohol, no driving without a license. Go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork. Oh wait, come back, I'm sorry. You are also here on another matter. Sorry about that. You are here on a warrant out of the Peoria Municipal Court for failure to appear in a post-adjudication matter. I am setting a $700 cash bond in that matter per that judicial officer's warrant. So if you're going to go ahead, step to the left, officer will now have your paperwork for you. All right, Miguel Berizea, I'm going to have to ask you to pronounce that.
It's Miguel Berrieza.
Berrieza. And sir, please identify yourself for the record.
Miguel Berrieza.
Okay, and Mr. Berrieza, what is your date of birth?
September 28, 1994.
Thank you. And you are here on new charges of criminal damage following an arrest on March 30th. I am finding probable cause for that and appointing you an attorney. I'm setting 2 hearings in your matter, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am also setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond, no going back to the scene of the alleged crime, having contact with any alleged victims, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. There are some additional terms in the orders that you will be provided in the event you are able to post that bond. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. If you presently reside with the alleged victim, you must find an alternative residence, and one civil standby can be arranged through your local police department to collect any essential belongings. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ryan Morgan. And then Abraham Teclamarin. And I did not do a good job with that last name. Ryan Morgan, please state your name for the record.
Hi, Your Honor. Ryan Morgan.
And Mr.
10688.
Thank you. And Mr. Morgan, you are here on 3 warrants for probation, 2 warrants for private probation violation and 1 arrest warrant. Let's take a look. Hold on a direct complaint. So let's talk about the arrest warrant on the direct complaint first. That was for possession or use of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession or use of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession or use of drug paraphernalia, that's a Class 6 felony. In that direct complaint case, I am appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in that direct complaint matter in the amount of $1,500. In your probation violation, in the cases involving warrants for probation violation, you have 2 2024 cases. The first is CR 2024-123-708. And the second one is CR 2024-157391. In the 708, in both matters, I am appointing you an attorney and setting hearings on April 7th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In both of those probation violation cases, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. So $100 in each of the 2 probation violation cases as a secured appearance bond. In the event that you are able to postpone in this matter, you will, or in these matters, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. If you go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Abraham Tiklamariam. I think I'm getting better, but go ahead and say it the way it's supposed to be said.
You said it right.
Okay, so Mr. Teklamariam, please identify yourself for the record.
Abraham Teklamariam.
Teklamariam, okay. And Mr. Teklamariam, what is your date of birth?
04/16/1975.
All right, sir, and you are here on 2 matters as well. You have a pre-adjudication arrest warrant out of the Peoria Municipal Court, and in that matter, in the Peoria matter, an attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing. I am setting a cash-only bond in the Peoria matter in the amount of $250. Okay. In the second matter, this is a warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court alleging for a probation violation. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney and setting 2 hearings in your case. The first, hearings in your case on April 7th at 8:30. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the Maricopa County matter in the amount of $250. And Mr. Teclamariam, did I tell you when your hearing was going to be in the Peoria Municipal Court matter? I don't think I did. It's on April 3rd at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I gave them my new address. They never sent me any letter from the Peoria. And it was also breaking Amendment 4. I was going to address to the judge.
Okay.
The probation violation as well, I have contacted her, gave her my new address that we moved into. My daughter's getting married and moving to Australia. So the family is really, like, for the next a month and a half, we're really working so hard as far as finances and being able to spend time trying the clothes and everything. So I really need your help. I don't have funds to release myself, but I would give you my promise that I will be in the court, in all of the courts.
Okay. So in both of these matters, I am going to set bond. And if you want to, if you're able to post that bond, then you would be subject to release pursuant to the release conditions. And if not, jail staff will arrange for you to attend the required hearings. Okay?
No, I meant to say if you can reduce the
I'm leaving it set as it is, sir.
Okay, $250.
So in the Maricopa County Superior Court matter, it's a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. And in the Peoria Municipal Court matter, it is a cash only bond in the amount of $250.
Where do I pay that?
Detention officer will have that information for you. Okay?
All right.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. DeLand Caldwell and then Angelica Talavera, please.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Could you please state your name for the record?
DeLand Caldwell.
And Mr. Caldwell, what is your date of birth?
March 12, 1988.
All right. And Mr. Caldwell, you are here on two warrants out of the West Mesa Justice Court.
Yeah.
And they are for
Trespass, I believe.
violations of promises to appear on your cases. So in the first one, which is Justice Court case number 2024-134562. I am appointing you an attorney, and there is a hearing set in that case in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 on that case. In the second case, which is 2024-160326, I'm also appointing you an attorney in that case, and a hearing is also set in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30, and I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So that's a total of $1,000 in secured appearance bonds in both cases. Okay.
Okay. Can I say something? These are for trespassing at the casino, I believe, right? Like
I see that they're criminal trespassing. I don't know if I don't know where it was, sir.
Yeah, because I wasn't aware that I even had court for the one, and then the second one, I was in the hospital at the time that court date was, and I got four kids that I have to take care of. So I'm asking, is there any way that I can get OR'd? I'll make it to court,
okay.
And if wherever it's at, I can make it to court.
Based on the information I'm seeing, I'm going to go ahead and keep those two bonds today. But they are secured appearance bonds, so you can work with a bonds person to post those, okay? So if you want to go ahead, step to the left, officer will have your paperwork for you. Angelica Talavera, and then Marco Luzin, please. And Ms. Talavera, will you please state your name for the record?
Angelica Talavera, 122393.
Thank you. And you are here today on a bench warrant from Maricopa County Superior Court for failure to appear. I am not appointing you an attorney at this point because you should already have had an attorney appointed for you. I am setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on April 7th at 8:30 and the second one on April 9th at 8:30. In the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in your case. If you'll go ahead, step to the left, officer, I'll have your paperwork. All right, Marco Luzin, please. And then Mark DiLorenzo.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Luzon. Please state your name for the record.
No, Marco Antonio Luzon.
All right, and Mr. Luzon, okay. Will you please state your date of birth?
November 26, 2004.
All right, and Mr. Luzon, you are here on a warrant from the Buckeye Municipal Court for a probation violation. I'm not appointing you an attorney today, but an attorney should be appointed for you at your next hearing. I am setting a hearing, or there is a hearing set in the Buckeye Municipal Court for April 9th at 1 p.m. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $500.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mark DiLorenzo, and then Jonathan Villa, please. Mr. DiLorenzo, will you please state your name for the record?
It's Mark Joseph DiLorenzo.
And Mr. DiLorenzo, please, what is your date of birth?
3968.
All right, and sir, you are here following a new arrest on March 27th on charges of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am finding probable cause for those violations, and I'm appointing you an attorney, setting 2 hearings in your case, the first one for April 7th at 8:30 and the second one for April 9th at 8:30.
Can I speak before you?
Let me finish. In the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court, I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750.
I was so requesting if I could be put on pretrial services. Ma'am, I have a behavioral health place I live at. I will leave. I've been working hard at situating that housing. It's called Estrella de Vida. I'm drug tested there. I have group therapies there. If I lose the housing, I'm really out there. I've done very well on pretrial in the past. I successfully completed it in 2017, in which I met with my pretrial officer all the way up to my court date and successfully completed probation.
And sir, I mean, I'm happy to add pretrial services, but because this incident involved an assault on a police officer, I am going to leave that $750 bond today, okay?
Okay.
Do you want me to add pretrial services? Is that helpful for you? They give you bus passes.
Well, I mean, is there any way I can get out on pretrial services?
No. Not in view of the assault on the police officer.
There was actually no physical.
And I understand you did make contact.
I verbally said to them, please don't come at me, and they took that as it's stated right there in the report.
All right, sir. Go ahead, step. I have read the Form 4. Go ahead, step to the left, and the officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Jonathan Villa, please. And Mr. Villa, will you please state your name for the record?
John Villa.
And Mr. Villa, what is your date of birth?
2/16/86.
All right, and Mr. Villa, you are here on a justice court warrant, and it's initial arrest warrant for the charge of indecent exposure, a misdemeanor. And I am going to find that you are indigent and appoint you an attorney. I am setting a hearing in the Kyrene Justice Court on April 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $100. So if you will go ahead, step to the left, officer, I'll have your paperwork for you. Thank you. Thank you, officer. Ms. McNally, will you please state your name for the record?
Stephanie McNally,
And Ms. McNally, what is your date of birth?
3/30/85.
Thank you. And Ms. McNally, you are here today following an arrest on March 31st, 2025 for dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, unlawful failure to return a rented property, it was a U-Haul truck, a Class 5 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney in this case, and I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on April 15th at 8:30 and the second one on April 17th at 8:30. In the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Ms. McNally, are you able and willing to go to those 2 hearings?
Absolutely.
Okay. In view of that, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
If you go ahead and step to the left, officer will have your paperwork.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
If I'm able to have U-Haul drop the charges because it wasn't necessarily correct, is that something that they can do? Or?
I am appointing you an attorney, and
okay,
you're
I'll
going to
talk
need to talk
with
to your attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Heriberto Arunes, please. All right, sir. Will you please state your name for the record?
Heriberto Arunes, October 11/82.
All right. And, sir, you are here on following a new arrest on April 30th, 2025 for the violations of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, to find probable cause for both of those violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on April 15th at 8:30 and the second one on April 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Are you able and willing to go to those 2 hearings?
Yes, I am.
All right. Then, sir, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. If you go ahead, step left, officer will have your paperwork for you. All right. Is there anybody we missed?
We're good, Yana.
All right. All right. With that, court is going to stand adjourned until the 5 p.m. calendar.
$1,000 on your probation case. So you have a total bond of $26,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do, Your Honor. When I was arrested, when the police officers pulled up on us, we were sitting on the corner of a CVS.
So I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off only because everything that you say in court today is being recorded. So anything that you say about the allegations against you, it could be used against you in the future. I would suggest talking with your attorney before talking about the facts of the case.
I do have one question. They released me from the scene, wherever. They found whatever they found, and then they came back for me. Why did they release me if they found these things while I was there?
So I do not know why the police officers would have released you if that's what they found.
They let me go and then came at me 4 minutes later and arrested me.
Okay, and I don't know if they would have officially let you go or if they would have arrested you right on the spot. That doesn't really come into play when I'm looking at whether there's probable cause for the allegations that you've been arrested for. I would suggest talking with your attorney about that. That could potentially impact your case down the line. We're not here to determine whether you actually did any of these allegations today. We're talking about your initial arrest. You will have the option to go to a trial and contest these allegations if you choose to do so. But like I said, talk with your attorney about what your next steps are.
So how much do I have to pay to post bond?
So it's a $26,000 bond total. If you go through a bonding company, generally it's about 10% plus collateral. So that would be $2,600.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Terry Krieger to the podium and Jamison Neal to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Terry Krieger is 05/11/1985.
Thank you. We are here today on 4 different cases. The first is an out-of-county warrant out of the Central Penal Justice Court. It's for a case involving obstruction, refusing to provide your true name, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in the Central Penal Justice Court. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Central Penal Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. I am going to set a secured bond on that case in the amount of $427. We're also here today on 3 failure to appear bench warrants in Maricopa County. I will affirm the attorney that was already representing you in all 3 of those cases. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on those cases on April 7th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond on each one of those cases. It's a $5,000 bond on each case. So you have a total bond today of $15,427. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions on all 4 cases. No possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork to your left. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab that and take a seat. Jamison Neal to the podium and Roy Simmons to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jameson Francisco Neal, 7/31/05.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of defacing a deadly weapon, Class 6 felony, and tampering with physical evidence, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $5,000 on your new case. We're also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. That's also in the downtown Superior Court. And I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $1,000 on this case. So you have a total bond of $6,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I got court on the 3rd. In Cottonwood, how would that work out?
So talk with the detention officers when you get back to processing to let them know about that. If you're in custody, you should be transported. I just don't know because of the quick turnaround before that hearing if it's going to be viable. But talk with the detention officers when you get back to processing about that.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Roy Simmons to the podium and William Steers to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Roy Simmons, 11/6/72.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court in New Keys. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated harassment, order of protection, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $5,000. That is a secured bond. If you do post that bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community, that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. We're also here today on a Justice Court case out of the Ironwood Justice Court for liquor consuming in a vehicle, which is a misdemeanor allegation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in that case. I'm setting an arraignment hearing on April 2nd at 8:30 in the Ironwood Justice Court, and I'm setting a $50 placeholder bond in that case because you're being held in your other matter. You'll have the same release conditions on both matters. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I'm ordering that you may not initiate any contact with the alleged victim in this case for any reason, whether direct or indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
William Stiers to the podium, and Jeremiah Shockey to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
William Stiers, 6858.
Thank you. We are here today on 4 different cases. The first is a Superior Court New Keys. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on this matter in the amount of $250. We're also here today on 3 probation violation warrants for violating terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney on these 3 cases as well. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in each of these warrants. It's a $250 bond on the first case and then $1,000 on the second and third cases. So that means you have a total bond today of $2,500. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. We'll have Mr. Shockey to the podium, and then Gabriel Saucedo to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jeremiah Shockey, 3/13/1980.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a Superior Court probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond that was in the probation warrant. It's a $750 secured bond. We're also here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the West McDowell Justice Court for a case involving driving with a suspended license with an offense date listed as in November of 2024. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well, setting an arraignment hearing in the West McDowell Justice Court on April 2nd at 8:30 a.m. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on that case. So you have a total bond of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was in unhooked for 30 days. I just got out. I got arrested 6 hours after being out. I guess my probation officer didn't file the paperwork fast enough, I guess. I'm not sure. But I went through unhooked, and it was supposed to clear me from all this stuff.
I'm looking at your probation officer's notes here. I don't see anything about them knowing that you were unhooked. It's possible that it just didn't update before your hearing today. But I'm appointing you an attorney. Talk to your attorney about that because it's definitely going to be relevant for your next hearing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Gabriel Saucedo to the podium, and Jeffrey McMillan to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Gabriel Saucedo, Jonathan, 1784.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a Superior Court New case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on each case today, so that's $500 total. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions on both matters, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to see if there's a possibility of being OR due to the fact that I have financial problems with I have to take care of the initial assessments for the probation, and I have to do some of the stuff for another misdemeanor fines too. And I was going to see if I can get OR because I've been working with outreach and community bridges to take care of some of these fines for me, and my probation is going to be taken care of from all this. I know that there's probably notes saying that my probation is new, and as you see, since I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to do all this together at one time, and I wanted to see. I had to take care of a few loose ends, and I'd be.
So, sir, what I'm a little bit concerned about is that when I'm looking at your probation officer's notes, it looks like you were reinstated to probation back in February.
Yes.
So that was about a month and a half ago
yes.
at this point.
And
since that time that you were reinstated, probation is reporting that they have not had consistent contact with you.
Yes.
And now you're here in front of me today on new felony drug allegations. So I'm not going to OR you today because I do have some concerns that you're not going to continue to maintain communication
Your Honor,
and possibly not even show up to court. So I do have some concerns there. I am going to set that $500 secured bond between the two cases because I do want to make sure that you get to court.
But I will go to court. I'm doing community bridges, sir, and community bridges is working with me as long as with outreach too. And
I appreciate that, and I highly recommend you continue with any services that you're currently in.
This is one time,
but I have to take a look at, and it's not just this one time because you were just reinstated to probation. So that's going to be my order today. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
And what if I can't do the bond? Like if I can't pay, I have to stay here till then?
That's correct.
How do I get in contact with my probation?
Jeffrey McMillan to the podium and Miguel Garcia to the chair, please.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jeffrey McMillan, 12/17/1970.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the West McDowell Justice Court for allegations of driving under the influence, a Class 1 misdemeanor from an incident in 2023. I will set an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. Give me just 1 second here.
I didn't hear that last part.
You gave me just 1 second here.
Oh, okay.
I apologize. We're going to have to re-put that one.
Okay.
That should be good. So I am going to appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I'm setting that arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. It is possible, based on the underlying allegations, that your license has been suspended, so make sure you check with the MBD before you get behind the wheel of the vehicle. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No. I do have one question.
Sure.
I'm aware of the DUI. I've satisfied the fine with the court. It's just that I didn't show up to the 1 day in jail. That's what the warrant was for.
So there is a failure to appear that was listed on here back from November. So that's why I'm going to affirm the bond in the warrant at this point.
Oh, that's what
so talk with the Justice Court.
Okay.
The Justice Court can get you ironed out in terms of any other part of your sentence that you may need to serve.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork and then take a seat to your left.
All of this?
So you already have it in your hand? There you go. Miguel Garcia to the podium. And then Casey Lombard to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Miguel Garcia, 9/27/99.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court in New Keys. You were arrested on allegations of criminal trespassing, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on April 15th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that.
All right.
As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. Casey Lombard to the podium, and Elise Samuelson to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Casey Lombard, 11/28/1980.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and driving with a suspended license, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on April 15th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 17th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on an arrest warrant where you were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, from an offense on June of 2024. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Setting the same status conference and preliminary hearing on April 15th and 17th, both at 8:30, and I will release you today on your own recognizance on both of these cases. So that's a promise that you're going to appear at your next court dates. As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Yes, sir.
All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I was not, no, I don't.
Okay, everything I just went over with you is going to be in your paperwork, and I'm giving you an attorney.
I wasn't arrested on June 18th. There was no drug charges. I can account for my whole day because I never got in trouble. So I don't understand what's going on with that.
So so charges were filed and probable cause was already found that you allegedly had committed possession or use of dangerous drugs on June 18th of 2024.
I hadn't been.
I don't have any details on that other than that charges were filed.
Okay.
So talk with your attorney about that. I'm releasing you either way.
Thank you.
I get you might have issues with those allegations. Talk with your attorney and your attorney will go over everything.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Elise Samuelson to the podium, and then Stephen Early to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Elise Samuelson, 5/27/90.
Thank you. We are here today on a municipal court new case out of the Surprise Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. Can we repeat that one, Giselle? I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Surprise Municipal Court on April 29th at 1:30 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear at your next court date. But there are some conditions that I'm ordering that you have to follow as a part of your release. I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, that you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. And I'm also ordering that you may not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim in this case. If you may not reside with the alleged victim unless the alleged victim consents. If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while this case is pending, you must find an alternative place to stay and then bring proof to your next court date. So as long as the victim is okay with contact or living together, that's fine. But if the victim is not okay with that, I'm ordering you have to find somewhere else to go and then no contact. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that paperwork from the officer and then take a seat to your left.
Thank you.
Stephen Early to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good evening, Your Honor. Stephen Early, and my date of birth is December 20th of 1978.
Thank you. We are here today on what's called a fugitive of justice case. That's an out-of-state warrant out of Illinois for your arrest. So I do have to go over some things with you before we can get you out of court today. I did see that you came in. I think you had that placard in your hand when you sat down. Did you read through that?
I read through it, and I've been through this before.
Okay.
But I don't understand.
So I'm going to go through everything with you right now. Okay? I just want to make sure you had the opportunity to review that, all right? So as I stated, you do have a warrant out of the state of Illinois, so you do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Illinois within 30 days. Or you can ask for the governor's warrant to be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned to Illinois to address this issue. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Illinois to come and get you. That 30-day period would start tomorrow as long as there are no other charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. If there are charges pending in Arizona, that 30-day clock would not begin until those charges are resolved.
Okay.
You are held non-bondable during that time, so you'd be held pending Illinois to come and get you. That could take 2 days, could take 29 days, but after the 30th day, if they have not come and picked you up, you would be released. Otherwise, if you do want an extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on April 14th at 1:30 p.m. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because extradition cases are civil in nature, but you do have the right to hire one at your own expense. You are entitled to bail in this case. It would be a $10,000 secured bond that would have to be posted if we go with the extradition hearing route. If you're unable to post that bond, you would be held in custody until you either post that or until another judge modifies your bail. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to return you back to Illinois, and that process could take up to 90 days. So you have those two different options. Do you have any questions about your options?
I just had a question because I have gone through this before, Judge. And last time I went through this, they held me for 5 days, and they released me. And that was because Illinois wasn't even making an effort to come pick me up. And so I would ask, if there was a truncated timetable, there would be accepted by you in the courts.
So I can't do a truncated timetable. I get why you would want that and to try to get this process as soon as possible.
Right.
But essentially what happens is because there's that pending warrant in Illinois, at least as of today, is indicating that they will come and get you. If Illinois changes their mind, that's when you would be released, like you said, after the 5 days. But as soon as you're released on that, the warrant is still valid. So you could be picked back up on that at any point in time. So regardless of whether this full process goes forward or not, you should try to probably get this addressed in Illinois, because as long as it's an active and valid warrant, you can be arrested on it. But that doesn't necessarily affect what we're doing today. You have the two different options of either voluntarily returning and going back to Illinois by waiving your right to a hearing, or I set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court.
So if I voluntarily go back to Illinois, then I get put in jail up until 30 days.
That's correct.
Or until Illinois says, no, they don't want me.
Yeah, or they come and get you. Like I said, Illinois could come get you tomorrow if they're on top of it. I think the chances of that are probably unlikely, but they have up to 30 days to come and get you.
Okay. Is there because I'm ex-military, I'm just trying to figure out what, because I mean, okay, I'll just do the 30 days.
The waiver? Okay, I do have to ask you some questions to make sure you're making this decision under your own free will. So you already indicated that you read the waiver of extradition paperwork, is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you do not have to sign this paperwork?
I do.
Do you understand that you have the right to have an extradition hearing?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that the governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you return to Illinois?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to bail in this case?
Yes.
Do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
I do.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign this paperwork?
No. No.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours that affects your ability to make a decision?
No, sir.
Okay. So I do find that you are knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waiving your right to an extradition hearing, and so I'm also signing this paperwork. I'm directing the sheriff's office to notify the requesting state that you are ready to return. The requesting state does have up to 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up, unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, that 30-day period will not begin until those charges are resolved.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. I'm going to have you step up to your right up here. We're going to have you sign twice, and then we'll get you on your way.
Right, slow and just for me, please.
Then officers are 26 and 24 still house calls?
Yes, Your Honor. Perez and Brown?
Yes. Thank you. I did receive information prior to the start of the calendar today. I believe number 26 is in isolation, unable to function, and then I believe 24 was a danger to themselves. So I will conduct their initial appearances at their cell, as I am finding that they would be a danger to themselves or others. For number, was there another question? Sir, go ahead and come back to the podium real quick. Did you have another question?
Do I get like a phone call? Like when would I get that?
Yeah, they're gonna take you to processing. You'll have access to the phone. So talk to the detention officer.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I appreciate that, Judge.
No problem. Go ahead and take a seat. They'll bring your paperwork in just a second, okay? For number 26, Yvonne Perez, we're here today on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of artifice, intent to facilitate shoplifting, class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and appoint an attorney. Set a status conference on April 15th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 17th at 8:30. I will release her to supervision of pretrial services. And for number 24, Tarika Brown, we're here today on a municipal court new case out of El Mirage. It's for allegations of shoplifting, removal of goods, class 1 misdemeanor, and shoplifting concealment, class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the El Mirage Municipal Court on April 15th at 8 a.m., and I will release her on her own recognizance. I will conduct each of their initial appearances at their cell and provide them with a written copy of all of these release conditions. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I'll do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 5 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 8 p.m. Bye. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot about that.
All right, please stand for your desk, please.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening. This is the time for the 8 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 31st, 2025. The court's orders to taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's go ahead and get started with Hassan Cole to the podium, and then Dwayne Wright to the chair, please. Good evening, counsel.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. You're appearing on Mr. Peterson's case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
It's number 3 on the calendar, just to give you a
Thank
heads
you,
up.
Judge.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Hassan Cole, November 1996.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you on this case. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. This is a probation warrant, so I am going to affirm what's in the warrant at this point in time in terms of your detention request. I am going to hold you non-bondable for a violation of probation today. So speak with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing, but you will be held in custody until that hearing on the 7th. All of what I just reviewed with you is in that paperwork. Go ahead and grab that and take a seat to your left. Dwayne Wright to the podium, and Colby Peterson to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Dwayne Wright, 11/04/1995.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. You were indicted on 2 counts of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felonies, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, 2 counts of forgery, possessing forged instruments, class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on April 8th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond that was in the grand jury warrant. That's a $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you do post that bond, I am going to order that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be on your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. Colby Peterson to the podium, and Lawrence Guyton to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Colby Peterson, April 22nd, 1993.
Thank you, counsel.
Good evening, Your Honor. Jonathan Goebel from the Rosen Student Law Group for Mr. Peterson is present in custody and standing to my left.
Thank you. Ms. Stetson, are you on the line?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you. So, Mr. Peterson, we are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing, which is a class 4 felony. I have reviewed the Form 4, which was provided to me by law enforcement. Mr. Goebel, did you want to be heard on probable cause today?
Not as of yet, Your Honor.
All right, so I will go ahead and find probable cause based on what I have reviewed. Mr. Goebel, I did see that your notice of appearance was a limited notice of appearance. Did you want to have an attorney appointed to represent him, or do you believe you're going to represent him?
No, Your Honor, we're going to represent him. I didn't know what the charges were when we filed the NOA.
Give me 1 second here. All right, Mr. Goebel, I will have you noted as the attorney of record moving forward.
Thanks, Judge.
Mr. Peterson, that just means that your attorney who's representing today will be your listed attorney moving forward. If at any point in time you do need a publicly appointed attorney, please let the court know. The court can appoint you a public defender if that is applicable, but we'll have Mr. Goebel listed moving forward. I am going to set a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Those dates will be in your paperwork, Mr. Peterson, and Mr. Goebel will make sure to get you a copy of that on your way out as well.
Thank you.
I have reviewed the state's recommendation. Ms. Stetson, is there anything else that you wanted to be heard on today?
Nothing additional, Your Honor. The state would just like to draw attention also to the Form 4, Section F, Your Honor, that does go into a little bit of domestic violence history issues, Your Honor. If you would note that Section F of the Form 4 does indicate that there is a frequency, intensity of domestic violence that's occurring or increasing, Your Honor. The state acknowledges the suspect does not have a criminal history that the state could find. However, Your Honor, the allegations in this case are quite concerning. It's alleged that the suspect placed his hands around the victim's neck and applied pressure, not once, not twice, but approximately 4 times, Your Honor. The victim stated that she had difficulty breathing. She unsure if she blacked out or not due to the situation, Your Honor. The victim also had notable injuries that the officers observed. The victim also went through a forensic nurse exam, which the forensic nurse did observe injuries that were consistent with being strangled, Your Honor. Based on the totality of the circumstances, the severity of the circumstances, as Your Honor is aware, DV strangulation has a very high lethality rate, so state does have concerns about the safety of the victim. And so for that reason, Your Honor, the state is asking for the $20,000 secured bond and the conditions that were outlined in the state's recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson. Mr. Goebel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Obviously, my client is nearly 32 years old. He has no previous criminal history, no failures to appear. There's no even alleged history of domestic violence here, Your Honor. I think that the facts are going to show that this was an argument, a verbal argument between 2 very intoxicated people from that evening, Your Honor. Not mentioned anywhere in the Form 4, but I'm sure there's going to be body camera footage and there'll be odor of alcohol and bloodshot watery eyes. And if anybody asked her how many drinks that she had and how many drinks he had, quite frankly, for that matter, Your Honor, there's going to be quite a few of them. This was a verbal argument that escalated into a mutual combat physical fight. My client was briefly questioned here that just as he was attacked by the victim specifically, Your Honor, in terms of if he did reach towards her neck area at all, is because see his bruise on his hand, Your Honor. She was biting his thumb at the time, so he was trying to keep her from getting away. He vehemently denies that he mounted her or choked her multiple times. I think that someone who, I asked him, Your Honor, you and I know each other. I'm a board certified by the National College of DUI Defense. I asked the DUI cop question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how impaired would you say you were at the time? He told me 6. How impaired do you think she was? 9. I don't think we could add 100% veracity to anything that was stated by the victim. I will note here in the Form 4, Your Honor, that she is not willing to aid in the prosecution. A $20,000 bond for somebody with no criminal history like this, and there's no anything suggesting that he's going to fail to appear at court, Your Honor. A $20,000 bond is extremely excessive. We would ask for either an owner recognizance release or for pretrial services, and he is willing to wear an ankle bracelet. I can tell you, Your Honor, they do reside there together. He will not be going back to that home. He will not be having any contact with her, Your Honor. He has an alternate residence, a place to live here in Phoenix. That's where he's going to be residing.
Thank you, counsel. Can we reprint that? Mr. Peterson, you kind of heard the state and your attorney reference a lot of different factors that's going on. I have to take a look at about 15 different things according to the law when setting release conditions. What I am extremely concerned about in this case is the alleged incident involved potentially mutual combat, but injuries on both sides. I want to make sure that both yourself and the victim in this case are safe, and I don't want anything else to happen. Some of the things I have to consider is what your attorney mentioned. Your lack of criminal history is one of them, but I also have to consider kind of the danger to the community risk going forward as well. There's a lot of moving parts to this case that I'm sure your attorney will litigate moving forward. We're not here to determine whether these incidents happened the way they're being characterized right now. We're here to set release conditions to make sure that you can safely be released into the community, that there's not or we mitigate any danger to the victim, and that we make sure that you appear to court. Based on all of that, I'm not going to quite go with the state's recommendation, but I do still have some outstanding concerns to release you on your own recognizance. So I am going to set a secured appearance bond today in the amount of $10,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, you also will be supervised by pretrial services, and they will install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. As a part of your release, I'll also order that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you not reside in the same location as any listed victim, nor go to the victim's residence, even if you are the owner or renter of that residence. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. If you do need any personal belongings from that location, I will include language in your release conditions that include what's called a civil standby. Contact the non-emergency number of local law enforcement. They'll escort you to the home to get your belongings, and then you'll leave. After you are released, I am also ordering that you may not initiate any contact with the victim for any reason. That includes both direct and indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor responding to any contact from any listed victim. I understand, as your attorney mentioned, that the victim may not want to cooperate with prosecution. That is not a reason to violate this no victim contact order. I am ordering absolutely no contact, okay? All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions specifically about my release conditions?
No. You said that police can come by and pick up some of my stuff for me?
So yeah, that's the civil standby process. You contact the non-emergency number of local law enforcement, so whichever agency is where you're living. They'll escort you to the home to get your belongings, and then you'll leave.
Okay, thank you.
All that's going to be in your paperwork, counsel. I'll make sure that you get a printed copy of that as well. I think
I got it, Judge.
Perfect. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Stetson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, and counsel, feel free to use that back room if you want to talk to your client.
Thank you.
Lawrence Guyton to the podium, and Caitlin Contreras to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Lawrence Guyton, 4/18/67.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. You were indicted on one count of dangerous drug transportation and or sale, which is a Class 2 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on April 8th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond that's in the grand jury warrant. That's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Caitlin Contreras to the podium, and Treasurer Bailey to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Caitlin Contreras, 9905.
Thank you. We are here today on 4 different cases.
Yeah.
3 arrest warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court, and then 1 case out of the West Mesa Justice Court. On your West Mesa Justice Court case, it's a case involving shoplifting, which is a misdemeanor allegation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m., and I will set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 on that case. We're also here today on an arrest warrant in which you are charged with dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, from an incident in July of 2024. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well and set a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 on that case. We're also here today on another arrest warrant in which you were charged with 1 count of organized retail theft, Class 4 felony, from an incident in August of 2024. Likewise, I will appoint an attorney in that one and set the same status conference and preliminary hearing on April 7th and April 9th, and I will affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. That's a $1,500 secured bond. Finally, we're here today on a 3rd arrest warrant for dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, from an incident in September of 2024. I'll appoint you an attorney and set the same status conference and preliminary hearing on April 7th and 9th, and I will set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 on that case. So you have a total bond today of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have any contact with any of the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, no returning to the scene of any alleged crime, and no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I have probation in Graham County. That's why, I don't have a ride to come up here. It's 3 hours away. And I keep getting picked up from there. I was going to see if there's any way they'd put me on an ankle monitor. I've been a month clean lately now, and it's just hard for me because I don't have a ride to come up here, so I was going to see if they can transfer it down there.
Transfer these active cases down there?
No,
Or transfer your probation up here?
Yeah.
And
an ankle monitor just to make sure,
There's a potential your probation could be transferred, but that's a different process than what we're here today on. I'm appointing you an attorney in all 4 of these cases, so talk to your attorney about what the steps in that process would be. I don't know if logistically that would be the best thing to do because it looks like you have probation out of Pinal County as well. So there's a lot of moving parts. So you may want to talk with your attorney about that before requesting any of that. I'm not going to order any of that today anyway.
Okay.
I am going to affirm the bonds in each of the warrants today, so I'm not going to release you on an ankle monitor for today's purposes, but that is something your attorney can bring up as a potential option at your next hearing.
Okay, when's my next hearing?
Your next hearing is going to be on the 7th of April for your Superior Court cases, and then you have a case on April 3rd in the West Mesa Justice Court.
Okay.
Okay, and all that's going to be in your paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and grab that and take a seat to your left. Treasurer Bailey to the podium, and Andres Hernandez to the chair, please. Up to the podium, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Treasurer Bailey, 9/22/1985.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault, serious physical injury, Class 3 felony, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of obstruction, refusing to provide your true name, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause except for the aggravated assault allegation. I'm not finding probable cause as to that today. Doesn't mean that allegation goes away. The state could still charge you with that or something similar down the line, but I am appointing you an attorney, so talk to your attorney about what that means moving forward. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering pretrial services supervision and electronic monitor to be installed prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. My name is Treasurer Pinkert. My husband is Michael Pinkert, and my name is Treasurer Bailey Pinkert. So they said that I wouldn't give them my name, but I gave them Pinkert, and they are having a hard time figuring me out.
Understandable. So we're not here today to determine whether you actually committed any of these allegations. We're just talking about your initial arrest. That's definitely something that your attorney will want to know, so talk to your attorney about that. Okay. But that's more of a question for later down the line.
Okay. So what is my release?
So you have a bond that you have to pay of $2,500.
Okay.
If that bond is posted, you can be released.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Andres Hernandez to the podium. And Sarah Mahdi to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Andres Hernandez, good day. 08/23/2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of prohibited weapon manufacturing, possession, or sales, Class 4 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon, failing to admit, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $1,500. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
You said I can or I cannot use a bonding company?
You can, yes.
I can?
Yes.
Is there any way I can be released on OR?
Not today. I'm ordering that bond be posted today, but if you are still in custody for your next hearing, you can talk with your attorney, and your attorney can ask for a change of that at the next hearing.
So if I post bond today, I can be released?
Correct.
And what are my conditions of release? No.
So not that you not possess any weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription.
Yes, sir.
Everything else will be on your paperwork.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paper to your left and then take a seat. Sarah Mahdi to the podium, and Justin Duckworth to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Sarah Mahdi, April 2nd, 1988.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating term 1 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I just went today my probation court and everything was dismissed. I had it today, this morning. So I shouldn't have no probation violation at all. I got my release papers, everything.
So you had a petition to revoke your probation that was filed on March 10th. That's the petition that was actually dismissed as of this morning. The petition that you are here today on is a term 1 violation. That means that you failed to remain law-abiding because you were picked up on new allegations on the 29th is when you were heard on new allegations of a new charge. So these are 2 separate petitions. The one that was dismissed this morning was from earlier this month. This one is a new one from 2 days ago.
Okay.
But talk to your attorney about that, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Justin Duckworth to the podium, and Cassie Shadle to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Justin Duckworth, 52188.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal trespassing, a Class 6 felony, and false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney on that case as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on both cases. It's a $250 bond on your probation matter and then a $500 bond on your new case. So you have a total bond of $750. If you do post bond, I am also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. As a part of your release, I'll also order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Double jeopardy?
I'm sorry?
Is there double jeopardy involved?
So that would be a question for your attorney. That's a legal question.
Surmise.
I'm sorry?
Surmise.
I can't hear you, sir.
Surmise already.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Cassie Shadle to the podium, and Anthony Neves to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Cassie Lee Shadle, 10584.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond, the failure to appear bench warrant. It's a $500 secured bond.
Okay.
If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. Anthony Neves to the podium. And Jaime Francisco to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Anthony Nieves, August 29th, 1995.
Thank you, and I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That was not my intention.
Sorry.
We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in that case. I'm setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. Now, I know that you're already in DOC custody, I believe, with a release date later this year. So don't post that bond. That bond's going to be there so that you get credit for time served. So obviously don't post that. If that needs to be modified at a later date because you are released from DOC, talk with your attorney about that, okay?
Okay,
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Yeah, so that means I'm going back to DOC?
So I don't know if they're going to house you up here pending these next hearings or take you back to DOC immediately. Maybe easier for them to keep you up here just for your next hearing since it's going to be in about a week. But that's going to be up to MCSO. They'll let you know when you get back to processing.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Grab your paperwork and take a seat. Jaime Francisco to the podium and Trisha Yazzie to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jamie Ray Francisco, 8/13/1985.
Thank you. Are you also known as Jamie or Jaime?
Jamie.
Okay. We are here today on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. It's for violating Term 1 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Trisha Yazzie to the podium, and Leland Bishop to the chair, please.
Hi.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Trisha Yazzie, July 12th, 1991.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I'm not finding probable cause as to these allegations. I was not provided with enough from the arresting agency to find probable cause. I am still going to appoint you an attorney today, and I'm setting a hearing on April 15th at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. The state can still charge you with these allegations if they provide additional information, so make sure that you go to that next hearing.
Okay.
It is possible that hearing goes away. What I would recommend doing is calling the court maybe the day before that hearing, so on the 14th, to see if that's still going forward.
Okay.
If you don't appear at that hearing, there will be another warrant issued for your arrest. So make sure that you at least go to that hearing unless you're told otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, any questions?
No.
So you're going to be released today, is the
Thank
short
you.
story of that, okay?
Thank you.
So go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Leland Bishop to the podium, and then Luis Mendoza to the chair, please.
Evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Leland Bishop, 3571.
Thank you. We are here today on a justice court warrant out of the Kyrene Justice Court. It's for a case involving driving with a suspended license. Because it's a misdemeanor allegation, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire one at your own expense if you choose. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Kyrene Justice Court on April 21st at 9:30 a.m., and I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you're going to appear at that next court date. As a part of your release, I am also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. There may be extenuating circumstances to my failure to appear. I may have been here in custody at the time on a mistaken charge of armed robbery. So I was here for 72 hours, right about the time of that, and then charges were never picked up. I didn't do it. And so I might have been in custody here.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not holding you on this. Just make sure you go to your next court date.
Okay, and then the failure to appear could be dropped?
That'll be up to the next judge, but yeah, I'm not holding you on this, so.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Positive change.
Do we have our interpreter on the line?
Yes, thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. This is Hector, ID number 398584. I'll be your Spanish interpreter today. May I assist you?
Thank you, Hector. Are you able to translate for a legal matter?
No hablo inglés.
Yes, my company has trained me to take these type of calls.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar tu nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Sí, mi nombre es Luis Mendoza Padilla, fecha de nacimiento 3/18 de 1962.
Sorry, this interpreter, he was going a bit too fast. I'm going to ask him to repeat. ¿Puede decir su nombre, por favor, y su fecha de nacimiento?
Luis Mendoza Padilla, la fecha de nacimiento es 18 de marzo de 1962.
7 de marzo de 1962.
No, 18 de marzo. March 1862.
Okay. Yeah, my date of birth is March 18, 1962. Sorry, the line was cutting, Your Honor.
That's fine. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court.
Estamos aquí por una búsqueda de justicia.
Sí.
Una orden de aprehensión de justicia.
It's for a
Orden de
case
arresto.
involving public nuisance and failing to appear.
Sorry, the line was cutting. Sorry, Your Honor, I'm having difficulty. You said public, sorry?
So it's fine. We'll get a different interpreter since the line's cutting out. So feel free to disconnect.
Thank you. I apologize.
It's okay.
And Sunday, organized.
Do we have our interpreter on the line?
Correct, this is an interpreter. Yes.
And may I have your name and your interpreter number, please?
My name is Louis. That's ID 357577.
Thank you. And are you prepared to interpret for a legal matter?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señor. Su nombre y fecha.
Mi nombre Luis, my name Luis Mendoza Padilla, birthday 3/18/62.
Luis Mendoza Padilla, 3/18 of 62.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court.
Muy bien, hoy nos encontramos aquí en el centro, en tribunal de El Centro, sobre una orden.
It's for a case involving public nuisance and failing to appear.
Es sobre un cargo de ser molestia pública y fallar de presentarse.
Both of them are Class 2 misdemeanors.
Sí, I'm sorry por
Ambos de los cuales son delitos menores de nivel 2.
I am setting an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on April 17th at 8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. Interpreter needs a moment to look up the term, Your Honor. Un momentito.
That's fine.
Así que yo estoy programando una audición tribunal para acusación el 17 de abril a las 8:30 de la mañana en el juicio de El Centro.
I am going to release you today on what's called your own recognizance.
Hoy lo voy a poner a usted en libertad sobre lo que se le llama su propio reconocimiento.
Sí, understand.
That's a promise that you're going to appear at your court date.
Con la promesa de que usted estará presente al tribunal la fecha puesta.
As a part of your release, I am
Understood.
ordering that you not possess
Thank you.
any drugs without a valid prescription.
Como parte de su liberación, estoy ordenando de que usted no esté en posesión de cualquier droga sin tener una receta médica.
And no driving without a valid driver's license.
Y que tampoco va a estar manejando sin una licencia válida.
No, I don't drive.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto va a estar en los papeles que le van a dar. Pregunta que tenga.
Pues nomás que soy un hombre que está muy enfermo y tengo que estar afuera para que me atiendan los doctores porque tengo una hernia en mi ombligo y estoy sufriendo de la asiática, el nervio asiático, un dolor muy fuerte. Tengo un brazo izquierdo quebrado. My arm left is broken and my arm right is no muy débil. Y soy un hombre muy enfermo.
Just that I'm very sick and that I need to be on the outside to be seen by doctors since I have a hernia in my belly, really bad sciatic pain, a left broken arm, and a very weak right arm.
Okay, sir, I'm releasing you today. If you think that you need medical assistance, tell the detention officers and they'll get you help.
Ya lo estoy liberando hoy, así que si usted siente que necesita atención médica, usted le va a decir a los oficiales de detención para que le ayuden a conseguir ayuda.
Sí. Understood. Thank you very much, Honorable William.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much, Honorable Judge Williams.
Thank you. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you very much.
Tome los papeles a su izquierda y tome asiento.
And thank you to our interpreter. That was the only one we needed you on, so feel free to disconnect at any time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your service, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the final matter on our calendar, number 7, for DJ Bailey. It is listed as a house call. They are a danger to themselves or others if they were brought to court, so I would conduct their initial appearance at their cell. We're here today on Superior Court, new case, arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal damage, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $1,000 with pretrial services supervision. I will review the release conditions with DJ Bailey at their cell and provide them with a written copy. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I'll do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
Yeah. We're just in this meeting.
Okay, this is the 11 p.m. calendar on March 31st, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to go and do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you today. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you are going to be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second thing, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your attorney, so I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save your legal questions for your counsel. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates and some different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork, but that's why it's important to keep and save your paperwork and not lose it. If you end up missing a court date or not following a written court order, you could just end up back here. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I call is going to come into the courtroom, stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's finished. Could I please get Ian Frankberg to the podium? Justin Chaplin to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Ian Frankberg, 9/17/82.
Thank you. You're here today on two matters: a Superior Court arrest warrant and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of possessing a forged instrument, Class 4 felony, and 2 counts of offering a forged instrument, Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. Sir, you're also here on a probation violation warrant. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date on that is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the violations of your probation, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time on your probation violation. So, sir, please don't try to pay that $1,000 bond on your other case, because you're going to be held non-bondable at least until April 7th.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I have a rare flesh-eating virus on my leg that's eating it, and I am supposed to have treatment this Wednesday for that.
So, and you won't be able to go to that, so please talk to medical here, and they'll have to treat that while you're in custody.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Justin Chaplin to the podium. Juan Martinez to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Justin Chaplin, 6/17/81.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for theft of means of transportation, a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Wow. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 4th, 7th, and 9th in the Downtown Superior Court. Sir, because it's been alleged that you committed these offenses while you were on release for your other criminal court cases, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time. Go ahead, please step to your left.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I was not written my rights, and they asked me some questions at the scene, and I answered, like, implicating myself
And so remember that little talk I gave about not talking about what happened at your arrest? So, sir,
I think it's pertinent to the situation though, right?
so that has to do with fighting your case. Probable cause has already been found at this point, and so in terms of fighting your case, that's a discussion to have with your counsel, because them not reading your rights, that could end up being a defense to these charges. Okay. But at this time, you're going to be held non-bondable, sir. Thank you. Juan Martinez to the podium. Kelly Warnick to the chair, please. Kelly Warnick to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Juan Antonio Avila Martinez, 12/18/97.
Thank you. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. Pinal County has a warrant out for you.
Okay.
So, sir, I'm going to be, you're going to get an attorney, but down in Pinal County. Your next court date's going to be April 3rd at the Pinal County Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge down there. It's a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
I have a question. I have court over there too, April 10th. Is there any way we could put them the same day?
Unfortunately not, because when they set these dates, the computer sets them. And so if when you show up on April 3rd, I don't know what they're going to do about your April 10th date.
I have a court there the 3rd and then the 10th, and I have a court here the 14th. So, I don't know how that's going to work.
You're going to be, unless you bond out, you're going to be transported every time. Okay?
That'll work.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kelly Warning to the podium. Rashim Ber to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Kelly Jo Warnick, 12882.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on the following charges: taking the identity of another, Class 4 felony; criminal impersonation, Class 6 felony. This occurred back in June of 2023.
I was in jail.
That's why I don't know. I'm just here to let you know what the charges are.
Okay.
Your next court, I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 8th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the grand jury, it's a $5,000 cash bond. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. And it appears as if you also have a probation violation hold for your federal probation, and so that'll be a separate issue, but I'm just here to talk to you about your Maricopa County case.
I was in the feds when that happened.
Exactly. So I'm just letting you know now you have a $5,000 bond on this, $5,000 cash bond on this case. Feds are going to have something totally different for you. Why don't you please up to your left for your paperwork. Rashim Ber to the podium. Eric Galto to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Rashim Ber, August 19, 1999.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. It's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
I got a question. Hey, so I know you mentioned probation violation. What probation violation? I've been in communication with my probation officer. Like, I've been at my apartment. I don't know what you mean by probation violation.
Sure. And so I'll let you know the petition to revoke states that you did not report as directed on October 16th, 24. November 20th, 24, and December 18th.
Sir, I have phone calls, messages, emails. I've sent this lady. I've been called the freaking state, asking where she actually said she was on a vacation. So she basically added a substitute, and I contacted her, gave her my number and everything. I've been in contact with her. I don't know what you mean by probation violation.
All right, sir. So that's stuff to tell your probation violation judge, because they're going to be the one that's going to be in control of what happens to you next. And so your next court date, again, is going to be April 7th. That all that information you're telling me.
She's serious, man. So you guys waste my time, come up here, man. I've been in contact with this lady, for real. Like, I'm not doing nothing wrong, man.
Sir, I hear you, but I have zero control over the
I understand that, but this is some bullshit, man. Like, I've been in contact with this lady, like, a lot, man.
Sir,
I understand that, but, like, I'm here for no reason.
Sir, please step to your left for your paperwork.
I'm sorry, when did you say my court date was, man?
April 7th.
And you said I have a bond of what, how much?
It's $5,000 secured, so you can use a bonding company.
Are you fucking serious, man?
All right, sir.
Like, what did I do wrong, man? And take that out.
Eric Asshole to the podium. Renee Nito to the chair, please. Hi, sir. Thanks for your patience. Name and date of birth, please.
Eric Ewan Galzo, 12/2/1982.
Thank you. You are here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's $1,000 secured on each one, so total $2,000 secured. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 24 hours because you are on intensive probation. If you want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Renee Nito to the podium.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here.
Azizul Haq Mohammed Noor to the chair, please.
How are you, Your Honor?
Hello, name and date of birth, please.
7/29/1991.
Name, please.
Renee Nito.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for theft, a Class 6 felony, and obstructing a public thoroughfare, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney.
Sir, I'm sorry.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th at Downtown Superior Court. I know you already have a bond on you, so this is an additional bond because these are additional charges. So there's an additional $1,000 secured appearance bond on top of what you already had. If you're able to bond out, not to have any contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay, Your Honor. You're talking about the theft of the shoe of the self-defense that
sir,
was in my car.
Gotcha, sir. Before you continue, you're talking about the facts of your case.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And remember what I talked about. Everything you say you do can be used against you.
Right.
What you just said could implicate you, so you got to be careful about what you say.
One thing, Your Honor.
Sure.
My girlfriend is pregnant, okay? I am the breadwinner of my house, okay? I know that may not matter to you or anybody else in here, but I would like to be released and but I will come back on those court dates. She's pregnant. I am the breadwinner. I have to pay my car payments. I also have to make my rent that's due on the 3rd. I mean, I have a plethora of things going on. I will be responsible and show up.
So, sir, I hear what you're saying, and it matters to me insofar as I understand what you are going through. I can't control the bond that was previously set on you. So that bond is already going to stay.
That's fine, but can you change the fact that I have to post more bondage? I mean, at least so I can get my girlfriend involved to get me going. I just heard that I can make a registration loan, something. I really just want you to understand the turn of events, and all of this stuff was very uncalled for and very unwanted. And this time in my life right now, I will tell you 100%, I want to be 100% honest. I want to be responsible. And this right here is just being a big hindrance in my life completely, Your Honor.
I understand, and I hear you.
Yeah, and
I appreciate what you're saying, but at this point, given your...
One more thing, Your Honor.
Sure.
The charges are being excessive. You have 2 F5 of aggravated assaults. Did you read the whole situation of what happened? These officers are saying that I aggravated assault them, which I didn't. They also put in... I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's already 4 charges on... This is excessive, Your Honor.
So,
there's already 4. Now you're adding 2.
Sir.
That's 6 charges.
Okay. And, sir, I don't control charging.
Okay.
That's going to be up to the county attorney's office, and I'm just here on these 2.
Okay. Can you help me
at this time,
not make it worse for me, Your Honor? I'm begging you.
Unfortunately, at this time, I'm going to be affirming the additional $1,000, okay?
So you're going to make it more difficult for me, although you know that my girlfriend's pregnant. I am the only breadwinner. I have to make my bills. I have an ADHD disability, and basically this whole thing was uncalled for. And so you're implying that this is okay, Your Honor.
No, I'm not implying that at all.
That's what you're saying. You're saying that all of this...
Sir, based upon all the circumstances that are before me and based upon the list of criteria that I use to set bond, this is, I feel, what the appropriate bond is.
Okay.
I am setting the bond.
I wish I could go home, Your Honor, to be honest. None of your cops were hurt. None of those things were stolen. They were given back.
Again, sir, those are...
Listen,
those
I'm
are
sorry.
defenses.
Theft is if I kept something.
No,
That
sir,
shoe was given back to them.
Sir,
And it was self-defense.
that is not...
I just want to let you know what's going on, Your Honor, because I don't think you comprehend the whole idea. I know it's easy for you to just put these people and just set these things up. I'm giving you my whole life right in front of you. I'm telling you that my woman is pregnant. I'm the breadwinner. I have to make my bills. I'm willing to come back.
Sir,
I'm willing to be responsible.
You're not... Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to say. You are not the first person to be in those circumstances.
Okay.
And
So it doesn't matter.
everything that
My circumstances do not matter.
And everything that I've stated for you is based upon the law.
Okay,
And
that's
so that's
fine.
the conclusion that
You
I've
do
come to.
understand that this was all because you had hoodlums hit me and come into my car, open up my door, and kick me. That's the reason why your shoe was in my car.
Sir.
You understand that? Yeah, I'm just letting you know, Your Honor, this is very sick, and I wanted to be on record that you're allowing all of this to be in my life. You're allowing that your cops were aggressive. You're allowing them to say that I stole a shoe.
Sir, okay.
You're allowing this, Your Honor.
First of all, nothing's mine, and at this point, I'm going to be closing your matter. If you would please step to your left for your paper.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I just want to let you know. Thank you for allowing this. I hope your name's on here too.
Aziz Haq Mohammed Noor to the podium. Leonie Klaus to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Haq Mohammed Noor, 9/11/1994.
Thank you. You are here today on 3 separate matters, a Superior Court new case and 2 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. You also have 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates on those is going to be April 7th in the downtown Superior Court. For each probation violation warrant, I'm putting $50 bonds. So grand total, you have a $600 secured appearance bond for all 3 of your cases. Same conditions of release. The most important one, if you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Leonie Klaus to the podium. Aubrey Ben to the chair, please. Leonie to the podium, please. Klaus. Leonie Klaus. Thank you. Aubrey Bain to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Leonie Klaus, 073102.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 matters, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. As to your probation violation warrant, I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50 on your probation violation, so grand total of $550. Same conditions of release. Most important one, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. If you please start to your left for your paperwork. Aubrey Ben to the podium. Dulce Duran to the chair, please.
Sir, get over here.
Hi, name and date of birth, please.
December 8th, 1980.
Name, please.
Pardon?
Your name, please.
Aubrey Ben.
Thank you. You are here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release, and you're also not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If you want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Dulce Duran to the podium. Harry Miller to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Dulce Duran, September 19, 1993.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation.
Okay.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. I'm going to call one warrant, please. Okay. Thank you. Harry Miller to the podium. Fabian Mencius to the chair, please. Thank you for your patience. Name and date of birth, please.
Harry Miller, September the 4th, 1972.
Thank you. You are here on 3 municipal court warrants. They are, let's see, and they're all out of the Youngtown City Court. So I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date for all 3 of your warrants is going to be April 10th. Again, that's at the Youngtown City Court. I'm going to be affirming the bond set by the judge out there. On the first one, it's $200 secured. Next one is $100 secured. Last one is $100 secured. $400 secured appearance bond for all 3 of your cases. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. All right? Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, so how much is my bond right now?
For all 3 of them, it's $400 secured appearance. So you can use the bond company if you have to.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Fabian Mencius to the podium. Jeffrey Tamarin to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Fabian Mendoza Mencius, 11/17/97.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your judge. It's a $250 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, though, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Thank you. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork. Jeffrey Tamaron to the podium. Amanda Diolos to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Jeffrey Tamarin, 12/29/1980.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's $100 on each one, so grand total of $200 secured. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
Sir, those bonds are for Prop 200 for both of them, where I can't get any extra jail time. I can't get, they only reinstate. So is there any way I can just get out and just go take care of that on my own?
So, sir, I know for Prop 200, they can continue to place you on probation, and you can still get jail time against you for not just prison time. Your probation violation judge is asking for this, and so I'm just gonna be affirming it at this time. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Please step to your left. Amanda Diolos to the podium. Jesus Acosta Salazar to the chair, please.
Hello.
Hi. Name and date of birth, please.
It's Amanda Monique de Hoyos, and the birthday is 9/29 of 87.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name.
That's okay. It really doesn't.
You are here on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Jesus Acosta Salazar to the podium. Hi, is the interpreter on the line?
Yes, my name is Quintina, interpreter ID 379096.
Thank you. I'll be speaking to the defendant right now. Sir, could I please get your full name and date of birth?
Señor, puede dar su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Jesús Adriano Acosta Salazar, 16 de noviembre del 96.
I'm sorry, I'm going to ask him for a repetition. He said his name very fast. Señor, ¿puede decirme su nombre de nuevo?
Jesús Adriano Acosta Salazar.
Acosta Salazar. ¿Y cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
16 de noviembre del 96.
Gracias. Okay, Jesús Ariola Acosta Salazar, November 16.
Thank you. And is counsel for the state on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you please announce?
Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Could you please interpret for the defendant? Hi, Ms. Stetson, we lost our interpreter.
my turn.
Hi, is this the interpreter?
This is interpreter 399-171 Spanish.
Thank you. I'll be speaking to the defendant now. Sir, you are here on a new case in the Superior Court.
Al acusado soy un intérprete, la llamada puede ser monitoreada y, bueno, señor, se encuentra usted por un nuevo caso ante el Tribunal Superior.
Counsel for the state, will you please announce again?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Sí, es Ashley Stetson representando al Estado.
Sir, you have been arrested for 3 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony.
Muy bien, señor. Lo han arrestado por tener 3 delitos menores de agresión con agravantes, que es un delito mayor de clase 3, de categoría 3.
One count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony.
Y un cargo por cargar una arma, que cargara una arma a una persona a la que se le prohíbe, y este es un delito de categoría 4.
One count of carrying a weapon during a felony, a Class 6 felony.
Un cargo por portar arma es un delito mayor de categoría 6.
And one count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y un cargo por conducta desordenada es un delito menor de categoría 1.
I have found legal cause to hold you and set a bond.
He encontrado razones suficientes legales para tenerlo aquí y no liberarlo. Confianza.
I am assigning you an attorney, and your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the downtown court.
Le he nombrado un abogado y la siguiente comparecencia ante un tribunal será el día 7 de abril y el día 9 de abril.
Ms. Stetson, would you like to be heard regarding release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state is requesting...
Ms. Stetson, hold on, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Vamos a escuchar las razones que explicará ahora la abogada del Estado, la señorita Stetson, las condiciones.
Your Honor, the state is requesting bond in the amount of $50,000 cash.
Su señoría, el Estado pide una fianza de $50,000 en efectivo, al contado.
Based on the allegations that occurred in the Form 4.
Basándonos en las alegaciones que aparecen en el formulario 4.
Your Honor, it is alleged that the suspect was waiting at the victim's house all day for her to return.
Su señoría, se alegó que el sospechoso estuvo esperando en la casa de la víctima todo el día para que ella regresara.
When the victim arrived home, the suspect crashed his car into the victim's vehicle.
Cuando la víctima llegó a su casa, el sospechoso chocó su auto en el auto de la víctima.
The suspect then pulled a rifle on victim 1 and 2.
Y el sospechoso después le sacó un rifle a la víctima 1 y víctima 2.
While this was occurring, the suspect did threaten to kill the victim.
Y mientras sucedía todo esto, el sospechoso amenazó con matar a la víctima.
In addition, Your Honor, the state would draw Your Honor's attention to Section F in the Form 4.
Y adicionalmente, su señoría, el Estado quisiera que viera la sección F del formulario 4.
There does appear to be a prior history of domestic violence, anger issues, threats.
Interpreter may need a repetition. There is a history of domestic violence, and what else?
Access to weapons, as well as an increase of frequency and intensity.
Al parecer, el acusado tenía antecedentes de violencia doméstica y tenía uso de armas, amenazas con más frecuencia.
In addition, Your Honor, the suspect is a Mexican citizen.
Adicionalmente, su señoría, el sospechoso es ciudadano de México, ciudadano mexicano.
Your Honor, the state is not aware of the suspect's immigration status. However,
el Estado desconoce el estado migratorio del sospechoso.
the state has concerns about the suspects fleeing back to Mexico, as the state of Arizona and Mexico are bordering each other.
Sin embargo, el Estado ha confirmado que el sospechoso podría huir a México desde el estado de Arizona porque es frontera con México.
Is the state, along with the $50,000 cash?
El Estado y los $50,000 al contado.
The state is requesting that the suspect not have possession of firearms.
El Estado pide que el sospechoso no tenga posesión de armas de fuego.
Not return to the incident location.
Que no regrese a la ubicación del incidente.
Electronic monitoring.
Pide también monitoreo electrónico.
No direct or indirect contact with the victims.
Que no tenga contacto directo ni indirecto con la víctima.
Not to consume alcohol or use or ingest illegal substances.
No consuma alcohol ni utilice ni consuma sustancias ilícitas.
And house arrest and curfew.
Arresto domiciliario y toque de queda.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Sir, did you hear what the prosecutor had to say?
Señor, ¿usted escuchó lo que la fiscalía tuvo que decir?
Sí.
Ya.
Without talking about the facts of your case, did you have a response regarding what you believe your bond should be?
Sin hablar acerca de los hechos del caso, ¿tiene usted alguna respuesta que dar acerca de lo que usted cree que debería ser su fianza?
Mande.
¿Tiene algo que decir acerca de lo que le parece a usted que debería de ser su fianza?
Pues no sé qué decir.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Sí quisiera una fianza.
¿Cómo, perdón?
Sí quisiera una fianza, digo.
Yes, I would like a bond, though.
Do you have an opinion about what amount of bond is appropriate?
¿Tiene usted algo que opinar acerca del monto que sería apropiado para tener como fianza?
Mande.
The interpreter will repeat. ¿Tiene usted algo que opinar acerca de lo que debería ser el monto de la fianza?
No, pues está bien.
La cantidad. No, well, it's fine.
Thank you. After hearing from the prosecutor and from the defendant, I will make the following orders.
Gracias. Después de haber atendido lo que tuvo que decir de la fiscalía y el acusado, daré las siguientes órdenes.
I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $100,000.
Voy a ponerle una fianza asegurada de $100,000.
If you are able to pay that bond, you will be placed on supervised release and you will have an electronic ankle monitor.
Si usted logra pagar esa fianza, le darán libertad supervisada y lo dejarán con un monitor de tobillo electrónico.
Furthermore, you are not to return to the scene of the crime and have absolutely no contact with any of the victims.
Adicionalmente, usted no podrá regresar al lugar de crimen y no podrá tener más contacto con la víctima.
Está bien.
You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
No portará armas, ni usará drogas ni alcohol.
No.
No.
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Pase a la izquierda para hacer el papel.
Thank you.
Gracias, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
Thank you for using the service, sir. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Buenas noches.
Thank you. Daniel Martinez to the podium, please. Can we please clear the courtroom for him?
Good evening.
Ms. Stetson, would you please announce?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Sir, could I please get your full name and date of birth?
Daniel Martinez, 02/24/2003.
Thank you. You are here on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for sexual assault, Class 2 felony, escape, Class 2 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony, threatening and intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are going to be April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court. Ms. Stetson, would you like to be heard regarding release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is requesting bond be set in the amount of $75,000 cash. Allegations are quite egregious, Your Honor. The state won't go into detail. However, quick summary of them are that the suspect allegedly assaulted the victim multiple times, both with open fist as well as closed fist, Your Honor. He forced the victim to perform oral sex on him. He would not allow the victim to leave the residence. He also fled law enforcement when he was in custody. What else am I forgetting? However, Your Honor, he also did make threats about, the state believes that he made threats of killing the victims, Your Honor. Again, this is obviously concerning, as well as there's allegations that he strangled the victim, causing the victim to be unable to breathe. A forensic nursing exam was completed, and victim's injuries were consistent with being strangled. Your Honor, for those reasons, the state does believe that $75,000 cash minimum is appropriate. State is asking for conditions of release to be not to possess a firearm, not to return to the incident location, electronic monitoring, no direct or indirect contact with the victim, not to consume alcohol or use illegal substances, as well as house arrest and curfew. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, did you hear what the prosecutor had to say?
I did.
And without talking about the facts of your case at all, do you have a response in terms of what you believe the appropriate bond should be in your matter?
I think that is absolutely insane, and I don't know how to respond to that without talking about any of the facts of my case. But are you asking me what amount I would feel is fair to pay?
Correct.
Okay. And can you explain the difference between she said 75,000 cash, but when I was listening to the others, you said something about a secure.
Sure. Cash bond is you have to pay the full amount up front in cash. The other is a secured appearance bond. You pay a percentage of that amount, and a bond company pays the rest for you. And then you get the money back as long as you show up to court after your case is done.
$10,000 secured?
Okay. And do you have anything else to say in response to the prosecutor? Again, without talking about the facts of your case.
I believe this is pretty outrageous and a misunderstanding, and I'm just genuinely so confused right now. I'm in shock. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Understood. After hearing from counsel for the state and from the defendant, and in reviewing the record that is before me, I'm going to be making the following orders. This time setting a cash bond of $150,000. Sir, if you're able to post that bond, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release. You'll be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor with house arrest. Furthermore, if you're able to post bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victim or witnesses, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are placed against you, you have to follow those orders. Furthermore, you may not reside with or contact the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. And what is do we have a reason for the house call, what they're in for?
UTF, unable to function.
Thank you. Number 10, Jason Hart. I'll be visiting this individual back at their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Jason Hart, date of birth 2/18/1998, is here in the municipal court new case, arrested for shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal trespass, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning an attorney. Next court date is going to be April 3rd at the Tempe Municipal Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50 if he's able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting Mr. Hart back at his cell, if I'm to make any changes to these release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar.